I'm here with the amazing, the wonderful, the beautiful Jodie Harsh, who's had, well, let's say a very colourful, a very, very, very colourful career in dance music. And I want to sort of start just by really getting to know, where you started, where you grew up.
Yeah.
And how it all began for you, basically.
Yeah. I started listening to Ministry of Sound compilations mixed by Boy George.
Yeah, they were
Remember
like
that?
Clubber's Guide and yeah.
So good. And Fatboy Slim's album and stuff. And then 15 years old, I discovered the dance floor.
Amazing.
In London.
Which dance floor?
The Astoria was the first.
GAY, yeah?
GAY, that was the first club I ever went to. 15 years old, amazing fake ID.
Oh, really?
Out the bathroom window. Train to London. Parents knew
actually out of the bathroom window. No shit, you're out of the bathroom window.
Like it was like a comedy sketch show.
Amazing.
Yeah, down
on
like,
your own or
down the trellis,
On your own or with?
Yeah, but by myself. The first time I ever went out was by myself. Yeah, I sort of. The dance floor was like a beacon to me, as like cliche as that sound, and I just made it happen.
That's dedication.
It's dangerous, really, in retrospect.
Yeah, so GAY, Astoria, and then did you go on to other clubs as well?
Yeah, so GAY was Saturday nights at the Astoria, and that basically they play dance remixes of pop all night.
I was going to say, because it became, like, in the later years, it was like, it's very commercial, right?
Yeah, very commercial.
But then back then it wasn't as commercial?
It kind of was. The selling point with the Saturday night there was that they would have acts on. So some weeks it could be like the Venga Boys or whatever, not knocking the music. But also occasionally it would be like Madonna or like Kylie.
Was it actually Madonna?
Actually, yeah, it would be like part of their promo campaign. And so I just loved being in a sea full of people that were like me, loved that music. I've always had very broad taste in music.
I know.
Yeah, so sort of like seeing someone like a big pop star perform was
amazing.
I loved it so much.
What was this? I guess in Canterbury.
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
Yeah, but I guess was there much of a scene?
There was the Biz.
The Biz, okay.
Yeah.
What year is this, bud? Actually, we don't want to give away your age.
Several months ago.
Yeah.
It's a while ago.
Yeah.
A while ago.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm just giving away someone's age here.
Yeah,
this is terrible.
It's fine. There was the Biz, which I think I went to a few times. It's Bacardi Breezers, then go down the Biz and
Bacardi Breezers.
Yeah.
Was that a similar sort of time as Hooch, or did Hooch come before?
I think it was a little after that. Yeah. Hooch was before.
Yeah, Hooch was like Hooch was okay.
I remember when that exploded, it was a whole like alco pops.
Yeah,
so bad.
That was
They've
the first
marketed
one,
to children.
Yeah, basically, like vapes
marketed
are now.
to me. Exactly.
Vapes are marketed to kids.
It worked on me.
Yeah, it worked on me big time. I still can't put my vape down now.
No, I don't vape.
Oh, do you not?
No, I don't. Thank you.
Well done indeed. And so, did you go to heaven?
I did because I got banned from the Astoria. I was going to say the Astoria.
Yeah, carry on. You got banned.
I got banned from this. I got ID'd. And that was it. Honestly, felt like my whole world was being taken away from me.
And how long into going there was this?
A few weeks.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And it sort of like pulled everything away that I was sort of like. It was like a massive hug finding the dance floor and finding a new family. I wasn't really getting on with my family, and so I sort of started forming a new chosen family, which, as we know, nightlife is that's what happens in nightlife. And the club really represented like my sort of home away from home, and I felt accepted there. I loved the music, I loved the people I was making friends, and it was just stolen away from me because of my age. And
so weeks into it.
But do you know where I went when I was barred? I got into turmoils. I went to trade.
Oh, mate, well.
And then that was game over.
Yeah.
Couple of E's down there.
That's a different ball game completely.
Yeah, 100%.
Trade was amazing.
Trade finished, I think, like Sunday afternoon. It was like straight through crew. Yeah, and that's where I discovered house music. Proper house music. It was like hard house in the main room, which wasn't really my flavour.
Yeah.
But room 2...
Malcolm Duffy and people like that.
Room 2 was called... Trade Lights.
Yeah, Trade Light. And that was Malcolm Duffy, Sharp Boys, that kind of thing.
Smoking Joe. Yeah,
amazing.
I'd walk in and I would hear like Frankie Knuckles, and I would like all this. There was a real soul in that room.
Yeah.
And that's where I started sort of like I just sort of say it was like my church on Sundays.
I mean, it's amazing. I only got to go there 2 or 3 times in my life because obviously I'm from Bristol and it's a trek, and also they were they were a bit, they weren't against straight people being there, but they were certainly,
They were picky on the door.
Yeah, they was picky on the door, and they were selective, and so you were quite scared. And I'd only ever go if I was going with where I was outnumbered by my gay friends. Do you know what I mean? If we ever tried to go, we would never dare. If it was just a load of straight lads or guys and girls, we'd go if it's, you know, where there was more gays than there were straight people. Then we'd feel safer getting in, and it worked, and it was fucking,
and that place was amazing.
It's unbelievable.
It was
Terminals as a club was amazing.
It's like an office block now, and we could talk for days about like all these
clubs. Is it
clubs.
an office block now?
An office block.
I mean, Hacienda's a block of flats. All the greatest places. Motion's going to become that.
Yeah, I know.
It's depressing, isn't it?
It's so depressing.
So Heaven was a big part of your sort of raving days, early
Heaven
raving days.
was, yeah. I remember coming out of there there was a summer I went to Heaven. I think I was about 16 at this point doing my A-levels, and I was coming out of Heaven.
A-levels in what?
I did music, drama, English literature, and media studies.
Wow, fucking
and look at me now.
Well, you've kind of...
Yeah, totally.
You've done A-levels and you've used it.
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
Not many people can say that.
Yeah, and Heaven, actually, I was hanging out with this group of drag queens, Brandy and Petra, they were twins. And
Brandy and Petra, wicked.
And they introduced me to this thing called a VIP room. And it was called the Departure Lounge.
Oh, really?
And a massive fish tank behind the bar, and all the fish were dead because of the bass. Apparently, all the fish were like topping themselves. Yeah. So we'd go to like the Departure Lounge, and that was just like, bougie. And
famous people in there, or
Rupert Everett I saw once. I was like, oh my God, it's actual Rupert Everett. Graham Norton
in there. Wow. Fucking hell.
But Heaven had like 4 different rooms, and so you could literally just go to like a funky house room, an R&B room, a bit of a harder house room, and it was like all in there, and that kind of like there was more of a narrative and a story to your night because you could literally have all these different flavors. And so Heaven really opened up my taste in music as well.
I've only been to Heaven for like one of the I'm pretty sure one of the DJ Mag Awards.
It's changed. It's changed quite a lot. They've like knocked some walls down now, and I think they've like taken some of like the room 3 and 4
rooms
is now
like next to each other, aren't they? They're like
it's on a few different levels and stuff.
Yeah,
as well.
I never went there raving. I don't think.
I played there last. I played there last summer for someone, like as part of a show, and I walked in and I was like, where's the Departure Lounge gone, the VIP room? Where's that gone? Why is that now the cloakroom? And where's the wall gone? And like, they have really changed it, and it's like funny walking in somewhere where you haven't been there for years, and it's like all different.
It's like what we were talking about earlier when you move something or when you change it, that it's immediately lost.
It is, but I guess it's also like nightlife is like a moment in time, isn't it, as well? I mean, don't tell me Studio 54 was really amazing for a decade.
No.
That was amazing probably for 6 months.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and all the Studio 54 that we know, or the Paradise Garage that we see and we know, that's probably like a year.
Yeah, a year it was fucking amazing, and then it got commercialised, and then
probably.
I
wasn't around.
No, was I wish I was.
But, oh my God, I know that's the golden age, isn't it? But then maybe one day people will say, I wish I was around for things that we're involved in.
I've always said that I think growing up in this era, I believe we've grown up in the most beneficial era where technology. I think younger people now. Yeah. It's a bit shit for them.
Yeah, I do agree.
And all that. I think we got the best of technology.
Yeah.
I think technology should have stopped.
Yeah.
You know, when the iPhone came out, you could drink a pint or do you could light your lighter.
A sound effect.
Yeah.
A sound effect was
so
funny.
Then technology stopped then. We don't need any more than that.
And even like MySpace and stuff like that, when they were like really novel, it was kind of like, it felt new and very exciting. You know, I'd like promote club nights on MySpace.
MySpace was like, I had a community when I first started producing.
Yeah.
I had this community, and you had like your top tunes, and there'd be
your top 8 friends.
Yeah, top 8 friends. Yeah.
That was like that. Who was in your top 8 really kind of like showed who you were.
Yeah, it's
and like I think I didn't know anyone that was actually in my top 8. I put like David Guetta. I was like, yeah, we're friends. What?
Can you tell me a little bit about sort of during those times when you were in like, you know, your peak raving days? Tell me a bit about some of your best experiences, if you can remember any.
Some of my best experiences of raving, kind of, I guess, feeling like the night would never end was really good, especially in my early days when I maybe wasn't particularly happy with my home life, or like, you know, not getting on with my dad, that old chestnut.
Yeah.
The dance floor really kind of opened up, like I said, a home for me and a community and a family of people. And so I think just sort of running around London, and feeling like the night would never end and where are we going next and what's next and oh, there's a party happening here, and like hearing like a whisper of like there's something going on in like this like deepest darkest like old railway arch, or like we're all going back somewhere for an afters, and it would just be very, very exciting. And then
it's amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that was like a really special time for me for sure.
And so then you moved to Camden, right?
I
And you're
moved
part
to
of that
Camden.
scene with
Yeah.
Amy Winehouse
Yeah.
and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I bet that was mental in a different way, right?
Yeah, for sure. That was, I'd have been about sort of early 20s, I think, when I lived in Camden, and that was when that whole scene was like completely exploding, and that was at a time where I was like falling out of nightclubs.
Were you off the rails?
Oh yeah,
A fair bit. We'll say off the rails.
Off the rails.
Off the rails.
Had a couple of smell of ices the other night.
Yeah, WKDs or whatever.
Yeah, WKDs.
Yeah, Wicked Blues, whatever you call them.
Yeah, and yeah, that was a time as well. That was an interesting time to live through, and that was a very different type of nightlife as well. There were clubs in Camden. There was like Proud, and there was, but it was when that whole indie scene was really going.
Were you into the music?
Not really. No, I was into the remixes though.
Yeah,
because there was a real moment where like.
There was like that sort of era. There was really amazing like Soul Wax and people like that 100%. Doing amazing remixes of those.
And
records.
there was like a summer where the A-Track remix of the
Heads Will Roll,
was just you couldn't go
anywhere with like
the XX Florence and the Machine. It was like that was just such a moment where it's not. I feel like the remixes were bigger than the originals.
They definitely were, and a remix was a real thing then.
Yeah,
I don't feel like a remix is
not as much now. It's a bit of just a marketing tool.
Yeah,
maybe.
I feel like like for example, right back in the day, like early Mariah Carey tunes like Fantasy. David Morales
oh my God,
remix.
David, 100%. Yeah,
it's like 13 minutes long, and Mariah Carey was in the studio with him, and they remade the track completely.
Yeah.
And like now, imagine like going in with Sabrina Carpenter. I guess Sabrina Carpenter is not the equivalent of Mariah, but similar popularity wise. Do you know what I mean? And she's not going to redo a 13-minute version of her.
She's probably not going to hear it.
No.
I guess she has to like start it off and everything. I don't know, but we're in a different. Definitely it's a different. It is,
and if remixes felt like a real thing back then, it was like the remix would sometimes come out before the original. It's mad. Yeah. And now, like,
and you'd hear it in a club and be like, "What's this?" And that sounds like Mariah Carey.
Yeah,
and
so what? I guess moving on, quite like a nice little segue. What artists inspire you?
Now or back then?
Well, just across the board.
I've always loved people that have fun in dance music.
Yeah.
Not saying that they don't take it seriously, but they really pull out the fun. So nowadays, it's people like you. It's people like Fisher. It's people that just really, back in the day, Basement Jaxx, the Chemical Brothers, Norman Fatboy Slim. It's like the people that
Norman's
really
the ultimate fun.
100%,
the ultimate showman,
definitely. And the people that just really, for dance music's fun. It's about going out and having fun and connecting with emotions for sure.
Yeah, of course.
And dancing to a beat, but it's about bringing people together and having a really good time, having fun. 100%.
I've always said that I'm serious about the music, but I'm not serious about anything else.
The culture around it is
everything. The music, I'm serious about it. But even the music's fun, party, whatever.
Totally.
But I'm still serious about it. I take it seriously.
Definitely.
But the rest of it, you shouldn't take it seriously.
It's about having a good time.
It's about having a party.
100%.
It's about having a good time. We're here to have fun. We're not here to, blow smoke up each other's asses.
Yeah, no,
and all
totally.
that kind of thing.
And I'm not like heads down, I'm not like a shuffle.
No.
Type of person, as you can imagine.
No, nor am I, as you've seen.
Yeah.
I like to prance about.
We like a good time.
I like a mince.
Yeah, you definitely like a mince.
I reckon I'm one of the biggest mincers on the
I
planet.
was to say, you can mince better than anyone I know.
I honestly think I'm
and I've seen some mincing in my time. No, mince is like old eats.
I'm not ashamed of it either. I'm a fucking proper mincer.
Embrace that mince.
Embrace the mince.
100%.
Embrace the mince, baby. Right, we've heard about, discovery of rave culture, you coming into your own as a person.
Yeah.
When did you decide you wanted to go to the next step and start doing your own parties, being at front of house rather than being on the dance floor?
When I finished uni when I was 21 in London, and I needed to pay the rent. And so I was like, what am I gonna do now? And I thought, if I throw a party, I could probably pay this month's rent. So I did, and I'd obviously been working in clubs all the way through university and going out to loads of clubs. So I sort of learned from all these different places that I was going, all these different promoters and DJs that I got to know. So I threw a party in Soho when Soho was popping off. It's now just a gigantic Pret a Manger, essentially.
More cake shops.
Yeah,
It's
100.
mental how many cake shops there are.
I don't even get me started on Soho. But I threw a party, and then I was asked to come back the next month and do another one. And then
What was the party called?
It was called Circus. Now I'll tell you a funny story about this.
Okay, please do.
Of course, a couple of years in, got an email from you.
I bet. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Going, hi there. I'm I was like, oh,
sorry.
and I was in my own little bubble, so I was like, oh, never heard of that, sorry. Like, and then changed the name. But it was a couple of years of like doing, just having absolutely so much fun. Didn't have much budget from the club, so I thought, well, I better learn how to DJ because like loads of my mates are DJs, got a massive music collection, love music. Looks kind of easy. I think I'll have a go at that. And I used to play the opening set, and then when to the bar staff, and then when people would start coming through the door, I'd be like, oh, can the real DJ come on now? So that's how I started DJing in my own parties.
Well, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
And what was the sort of size of the club then?
It was about 300. It's now the Box, actually.
Oh, fucking that is.
Yeah. It was called the
place.
Soho Review Bar. Before
okay.
It was called Too Much.
Is it Paul Raymond's thing?
Review
Oh
Bar.
yeah, by the
So it was an old strip club. Yeah, way back in the day. Yeah, and I think when I was at uni, I went to it when it was a strip club. I think once. I think we ended up there for some reason, and it was like a bit quite like sad.
Yeah, depressing.
Yeah. So got bought and turned into a club, and it was a sick club for a while. They had some really good stuff going on there.
What kind of music was it? What were you playing then?
We actually played a bit of everything. It was a real what they call it, open format. It's basically a bit of everything. Yeah.
House, techno, commercial.
The 8-track remix of the It was all of that. So
this is like mid to late 2000s.
This would have been about 2007.
And then you started room service after that.
Room service was after that. Room service 2010. And that was because I literally had to pay the rent. I was like, what can I do here? I've got to pay the rent. I started another club night, and I found a little venue in Soho. It was almost like the last breath of Soho being like really
good,
cool,
cool, yeah.
And found this little venue, again, really small, 300 capacity, Thursday nights. Thursday's a great night to do because you could just get the really serious clubbers going out.
You get proper people who want to go rather than just
there
like
for the music.
Upon it. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, and that was such a moment. We had like Honey Dijon came and played for us. And did you come?
No,
and play?
I didn't. I came one time with my friend Jack.
Right.
Just once. Like probably 2011.
Right. Yeah.
But I never played. No, I was probably.
Might be the first time we met.
Yeah, probably
Maybe.
was. Yeah. And that I wasn't. I just started having my records recognised then, so I was a minnow, a nobody then.
Yeah,
I'm still a nobody now, but I just. But yeah, and that's how long did that go on for?
That went on for. Okay, so it had a couple of years of being really good, and then we moved venue, and it was a couple more years of like, well, let's keep this going. It's paying the rent, and then it just felt like time to knock it on the head.
Yeah. It's like we were saying earlier. It's like. It's one of those things where when things move, I remember Lakota in Bristol, which is where I sort of did my your version of Astoria.
Yeah.
It was from 90. I'm actually not going to say the years because you'll know how old I am.
We're so young. It's like unbelievable how young we are.
It's so young, so young. And for a period, it was like every Friday, every Saturday, without fail, we were in there.
Yeah.
And then it closed down for refurbishments for 6 months, and then when it reopened.
Clubs should not smell like fresh paint.
No, it was a shithole.
Yeah.
And it was good because it was a shithole.
That's when it's good, isn't it?
It was dark. The sweat dripped off the ceiling. Like people were banging, and they nicened it up with a lick of paint, and it just was never. It's still amazing.
Yeah.
And it's still open now.
I've seen that a million times. You must have as well. When they give a club a refurb, and you walk in, and you go energetically. We've lost.
It's like the feng shui of it. It's 100%, gone. Even just by a lick of paint, the feng shui is gone.
Yeah.
Whatever it was that the club had.
Yeah.
It's lost that essence, and that's what happened with Lakota. It wasn't finished; it was still packed, but I guess a slightly different demographic because Lakota was a proper mixed club. There was like queens, gays, everyone, like 50%. It was 50-50, and after the refurb, I don't know, maybe it's a sign of the times, I guess. Like,
I mean,
things from mid to late 90s, things did change a bit.
Things change. This is the thing with nightlife as well. Like, things evolve.
I mean,
it's crazy.
It's weird now. Like, it's one of the weirdest points it's been. But we're talking about now, and I want to talk about obviously something that's very close to my heart, and obviously very close to yours. Is Feel It. Obviously, it is, and I mean this genuinely. It is my favourite place to play in England.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely, my favourite place to play in England. It's fucking unbelievable. The vibe is second to none. I just want you to sort of explain to the people about it, just tell us, because it's a phenomenon.
Yes. So thank you very much for saying all of that. My friend Clayton and I, Clayton who runs Little Gay Brother and all these other amazing parties and festivals and things, we got together during the pandemic, that thing we don't talk about, and we thought, when the world opens up again, let's throw a party together.
I played the first one, didn't I?
You did. You played opening night.
Yes,
you did.
And I played every. And the DJ was up in the corner. Yeah. And I played every birthday since.
You play every year on the birthday. Yeah. Love it. And so we're coming up to four years now of Feel It, and it is a wild Friday night party. It's queer. It's tops off. It's sweaty. Tops off, and that's just me and you.
Yeah.
It's hot and sweaty like a club. I like it when a club has its own weather system, when you've got sweating.
It's proper sweaty in there.
Yeah,
like,
it's a bit
proper sweaty.
Yeah.
The fan does fuck all.
It just blows hot air around.
Yeah.
And 1 meter. Yeah.
Circulates sweat.
Yeah, totally.
It is fucking. It's.
Yeah.
If you've not been to it, it's hard to.
Yeah.
It's one of those places where you. Well, I was going to say you had to be there, but we'll get onto that.
And it's all about the music, you know. We just book people that we love their music, they're friends of ours, and we love what they play.
Is it anything go? There's no agenda to the people you book. You'll book anyone.
It's whoever we want. Like, sometimes we'll get we've got a DJ from Berlin this Friday who plays Panorama Bar with a secret DJ sets.
I mean, I've been there when you've had some very famous people come out and do like sing. I was going to say belittle them with sing songs, but no, come out and sing. Then last time it was Jade from
Jade. We had Charlie XCX came out as a surprise and did. We have a little room called Nancy's, and that's like the crazy kind of back street.
Yeah, that's.
But have you been in there?
No, I've not been in there.
Sweaty little side.
Because I'm always playing right from the start till the end, aren't I? So whenever I play, I play.
We like work you really hard, don't we?
You work me
5-hour set tonight.
Yeah, please come on, young man. And me and Josh just play back to back from start to the end.
Joshua James.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
big up to Joshua James.
Yeah,
a proper wicked DJ.
It's amazing.
The best resident you could have, I think, for that party.
And Josh is like family as well, because Josh has been coming to my club night since the Soho days and stuff, and so it's really nice to still be working with all these people that I'd known and loved for years and years. Like,
you don't DJ either, do you?
Not at Feel It. Occasionally I'll jump on.
Have you?
Like 2 or 3 times. So if I'm throwing a party, I find it really difficult to get into a DJ set. Like, almost impossible. My head's in too many different places. I haven't got that head on. I haven't got that wig on.
I know what you're saying. When your name's above the door, it's nerve-wracking, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I find it more nerve-wracking.
I don't even know if it's not nerves. It's more, I'm just in a different place. It's like a different type of night for me. Yeah.
So you're more in host mode than...
kind of.
I like that.
Backstage hanging out, running around, talking to like boys.
That's host mode.
Yeah.
And like, why is it important to have a party like Feel It? Like, it is important. Isn't it? I think for the culture, it's very important.
Yeah, because there aren't that many good parties around, unfortunately, and there's a stack of reasons why, and we all know what they are.
We can gesticulate to what they are.
We can talk about phones.
We could whinge and we could do whatever. But things change, basically.
Things do change.
That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
Things change.
Yeah. And there are also amazing things going on. But it's a lot more tailored. The world is now a lot more tailored to really big occasional things that you might buy tickets to a few months in advance. Festivals in summer, there's all sorts of other things that are still completely amazing. But I love the concept of a weekly club night, because I love that it's a home, it's a community, all those things I spoke about.
Yeah.
The things that I was doing when I first came to London, even when I was underage, and I remember walking into a club for the first time and going, I feel like this is home. And I don't know that you necessarily feel like that when you're going to a drum shed or whatever, and they're amazing, and that's a big show.
Yeah, it's a different animal, isn't it? Yeah,
it's a whole different thing, and it's still really, really amazing. And I still really enjoy it. I love playing it, and I love going to those things.
Yeah,
but I think it's still important to keep that sort of home community family, because there's a big part of nightlife culture that's really important.
Yeah, absolutely. And the resident DJ as well.
A resident DJ
is
week in, week out.
A long forgotten thing. I'd say.
Definitely.
Like harping back to Lakota very quickly. You knew even if the guest was shit, the residents would smash it.
Totally.
You knew even if it was, you go and you try a DJ out that you never heard of before,
and you'd go early because you know
the music's gonna be great from the start, and the headline will be on in the middle. And if he's shit or that they were a shit, then you know the resident will afterwards will clean up and smash it.
Totally.
So now obviously you don't really not in the same way. Like, but Josh is amazing. Perfect example.
Amazing.
Of that.
And you go down and you know Josh has got an amazing selection of music. You're gonna hear stuff you haven't heard before. You're gonna also hear your favorite tunes at the moment, and it's just like you go down early for it.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I think places like Feel It are important for that. I think it's a real community thing. I think community is also like a word that we use. It's becoming quite a cliched word as well. But I do think it's important.
It is, and I would say Feel It. You know, whenever I play there, it's always the same. I see a lot of
similar faces,
friendly faces.
It's a weekly reunion when you've been working all week, and then you walk into a room and you go, "Oh, I know that person. I want to know that person." That's sort of that's real part of nightlife for me. That's totally. Part of going out. Yeah.
And so when did making music come into it for you?
That followed DJing. I've kind of done things in a weird order, a non-traditional order. I started doing parties, then I started DJing, then I started making music, then writing songs.
It is an unconventional,
it is.
Normally
usually
DJ, then DJ or making music.
Often it's making music, then becoming a DJ, then doing events or some kind of show and basically having people come to you to showcase. So I've done it all in the wrong order, but you know, I'm quite a non-traditional person. I don't play by the rules.
And it's work. Let's be honest, it's fucking worked.
Yeah.
It's definitely worked.
So making music happened after DJing. I'd say I was probably mid-20s when I started making music.
And is it a passion of yours?
Of course.
Do you do it regularly still?
Yeah, I do. And I'm remixing and I'm like making tunes and writing songs, doing sessions. Love collaborating with other people as well.
We're gonna
do that session. What we're doing that day?
We need to
team.
Can you sort it, please?
Yeah.
We'll do that. Amazing. We've got to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
Get someone else who can sing in.
They're my 100%.
Because
no. I'm like, can you do it more like? Oh no, not like that. No, I can like try and hit a note. But,
and what inspires you in the studio?
A fun day. Really great energy.
I've been in some sessions where
you have a shit day, you're not going to make
fun,
a good tune.
And it's like, what's the fucking point of being here?
100%. And it's all about the energy in the room.
Yeah, when you walk in, it's like,
got this idea. Oh, amazing. I want to play you this tune. Let's try and find the bass sound like that.
Yeah.
What about this as an idea for a song? I love that really. A lot of the songs that I've made and a lot of the tunes that I've made have come around, have sort of like been made so quickly because everyone's so excited in the room in that moment. And it's like within an hour, the song's written, and there's some chords down, and then it's like everything is like, boom, there it is, that's the tune.
That's the best way, isn't it? When it
and then you go and tinker
quickly
with it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, it sounds good now.
Yeah.
We make it back to like version one.
You've got to get version one is often the best one.
Totally.
Fanning about with the drums and this and that.
And you take some of the soul away from it.
He's laughing there because I'm the fucking biggest procrastinator on the planet. Just like, change that, change this, tinkering. It works out well in the end, but really, just go with the original.
Totally, yeah. But I love that it's just a big energy in a room. It's so much fun.
So obviously with your productivity, you've got a book coming now.
I do have a book.
You had to be there.
Yeah, I've written a book.
And when did this idea come about?
So about 18 months ago, with my DJ agency, there's also a book department, a literary department,
darling.
And I have a literary agent.
Fucking
who I didn't know about.
I know,
she's amazing. She's like, hiya, I'm your literary agent.
Did you even know you had a literary agent?
This is what I'm saying. I didn't know. I was like, oh, nice to meet you. And she was like, why don't you write a book about your bonkers life? And I was like, oh, I don't know about that. I'm a very private person, which is how I like to live. I was like, I don't know about that. And she said, why don't you go away and just get some ideas down? Why don't you go away and write a chapter? I did writing at university. So
you wrote it yourself?
I wrote it completely myself. Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, and I'm a big reader as well. I love to read books
because a lot of people have like a ghostwriter,
right? or someone that they write with.
They dictate to and tell the stories.
Didn't do that at all. It was literally my fingers on the keys, just going. Blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
I had a really. So I wrote a chapter and sent it to her, and she went, "You're writing a book. We're doing this."
Was that daunting when she said that? Were you like, "Oh fuck," or? Oh,
definitely at the bottom of the mountain, staring up at the peak, going, "How the hell do I get up there?" But I planned it all out. I kind of, I researched. I divided it into chapters. Each chapter is about a year, and each chapter's named after a club that I was going to at that time.
Oh, really? That's
chapter
fucking
one
cool.
is the Astoria, yeah. And I kind of had this form, this sort of like structure of a book, and I knew there was going to be a little introduction called the pre-party, and then I knew there were going to be 13 chapters. Each one is a club that was special to me in that moment, and then there was going to be an after party as well, which is where I kind of like sum up everything that happened and what I learned really from my experience. Yeah, and so then I basically wrote it chapter by chapter in order. And it was amazing, and it's my life through nightlife. So you get all the club culture, all the crazy things I've seen, it's quite visceral in terms of like you feel like you're on the dance floor, like the sights, the smells, the everything, what's playing.
But it's go into quite a lot of detail about certain
extreme detail. Not throwing anyone under the bus. I'm not like, but no one needs to worry about this book. Like there's nothing too. The only person needs to, the only scandal is really my own.
That's good. You're only throwing yourself under the bus.
I'm throwing myself straight under the bus. Listen, page 1, I'm lying under that bus. On page 1, it's like we are straight in. But it's also my personal story. It's also like a person who didn't fit in as many people.
Did you not fit in school?
Well, it's kind of. I did, but I made myself a popular person in school.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and I hung out with the rough girls.
Okay.
You know when you hang out with all like the rough girls.
Yeah. They got your back.
They got my back, and so I was really left alone. I wasn't really bullied in school, but I was kind of teased a little bit. I had the queer shining out of me at school, as you can probably imagine.
Yes.
But I had my sort of protective ring of like the rough girls. So
exactly the same as Jack at school. He had 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Because me and Jack went to school together, and he had a collection of big rough girls.
Yeah.
Any grief, bang.
Yeah. No, 100%. It's like
funny. They did come and defend him.
Loved it.
It's brilliant.
Yeah. So I didn't have it too bad at school, but I was, always like the one that was like pushing to be like the star of the school play and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
And when's the book out?
September. Yeah, September 25th.
So it's totally finished?
Oh, it's finished. Yeah, we actually got the proofs in yesterday, so I've now seen a physical copy of the book. It's got like a fake cover on it at the moment, but the cover's really cool. The cover is a picture from room service. Actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's where it's taken.
Is there any stuff about Feel It, or have you not got to that?
No.
Oh,
so it finishes at 25 years old. It starts at 15 and finishes.
Okay, so you're going to do it. I'm assuming you're going to do a second.
I mean,
a follow-up album.
Maybe one day. Never say never.
Yeah.
But it's got a story. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end, and the middle's kind of gnarly, actually, and the beginning's kind of gnarly, and the end is kind of gnarly. It's all quite gnarly. Actually,
basically, it's gnarly.
It's dark times. This book, no, it's good. It's definitely I've learned a lot through nightlife. Actually, through going out, I've learned so much. Well, I've learned who I am as a person.
Yeah, but as I was going to say, because my album that we're here sort of is called "We Lost Ourselves and Found a Family."
Yeah.
And I guess that leads on easily. What have you found from the dance floor, from raving? What is it that you've sort of learned and become? Like, how has it changed you?
In every way imaginable. Like for a start, music tastes. I mean, I exclusively learned and developed and from going out when I was younger.
Yeah,
100%. Like it's all I haven't developed my music taste from Spotify. Of course, I learn like what else is going on in music on streaming platforms and stuff. But being on a dance floor, hearing it loud with amazing sound systems and stuff, late at night, that's where I developed my taste. Friendships, got all my friendships from nightlife. Or loads. Yeah. You meet
most of my friends now. I've got like a few school friends that I'm still really close with, but everyone else is from the dance floor.
So I've found my family.
Yeah, exactly.
What else? My career is at night. It's a nocturnal career.
It is a nocturnal career.
Like.
It's tiring but beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful. We do complain about it sometimes.
Sometimes, most days. Most days.
I was only whinging earlier about something, but actually, when you sit and step, like this is our job now.
Yeah,
we're chatting to people, someone we like.
Yeah,
a camera crew around us. This is our job. It's mental,
amazing. It's amazing.
It's mental. I would never, ever have imagined that this would be my job, but it is.
Yeah. And I mean, I went out really young with my fake ID, as I said, and it was probably too young to go out, and I wouldn't recommend it to people nowadays. I wouldn't say to a 15-year-old.
I think it's a different world now, anyway.
It is a different world, but I think it saved me.
Yeah.
It's maybe saved me is the wrong word to describe it, but the wrong phrase, but it definitely sort of taught me early on who I am and that I should be proud to be who I am, what I liked, what I wanted out of life, the sort of people that I wanted to hang out with. Yeah, it was important to me. Nightlife is really important, and that is why we need to.
It's very important. I mean, that seems like a perfect way to end. Thank you so much for doing it, Jodie. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.